Hello everyone. Now, I talked about Roblox briefly in episode 31. It was its own little segment when I was talking about construction and I was talking about how I built stuff on Roblox. But I thought it'd be more fitting to give it its own episode, since I realized I've had quite a few more Roblox experiences myself. And once again, I don't remember the episode numbers, what was it? 81 and 90, I think. But basically, this was gonna be an Instagram post, but again, didn't work out, so I made it to an episode. It wasn't gonna be specifically about Roblox, but this one is. If you aren't aware, Roblox is an online world-building tool where people can make games within it and make their own rules for their own games. It's pretty old news by today's standards, but I know some people still play it, but it's pretty old news. And it's like some of the teenage kids that make these worlds and make them to where people can play them and stuff, they're making more money than their damn parents do with both of their jobs combined. Yeah, that's the dream right there. I guess today's equivalent of Roblox would be the metaverse. I know it's not that similar, just to me. When I think of Roblox, I think of the metaverse. The metaverse is just a super realistic VR world that doesn't exist at the moment, but they're working on assets of it. Could take a decade or two to finish, but I don't know. I mean, to my knowledge, Roblox doesn't have a VR option, thank freaking God. But by the way, you customize your Roblox avatar and create the worlds and stuff. It just rings a bell to remind me this is like the metaverse, except much older. That's just what I think of. I don't know about you, but not everybody who makes an avatar makes their own world, by the way. I think you have to have a profile to make your own world. You can plan other people's worlds, you don't have to make your own world, it's just, that. Now, this platform has a lot of potential, and people, like I said, are making money off the crap. If you have good game coding skills, then you can make something amazing on there. But more often than not, it's just lame-ass worlds with barely any effort put into them, and no rhyme or reason to any of the asset placing in those worlds. I tried looking up South Park worlds on there, and all I found were nearly entirely empty worlds with barely anything in them. I guess it's just like YouTube, how anybody can make a world and post it despite if they're popular or if they're any good or not. In 2015, I tried making my own Roblox game / world, whatever you want to call it, and I wanted to name it UFOs versus Cars. I couldn't figure out crap. I don't know how the hell that thing works. This is slightly off topic, but that same year, I made a PowerPoint game called Mental Matthew. I wanted to tell you that because possibly, not certain, but possibly I may be making that game in PowerPoint again, or something similar to that, just in PowerPoint, and uploading myself playing the game, but who knows if that's going to happen. But anyways, enough with the random crap. I think it's finally time I told you my experiences with Roblox, and it'll be actually quite interesting and worth hearing about. So, I figured it would be most appropriate to go back to what I said in episode 31 and put it in this episode. If you remember that bedroom world in Roblox where there was 9 properties, 9 lots if you want to call them that, where everybody would have their own space to build something, just in case you don't have Minecraft for whatever reason, you can have this, but unless you're poor or something, I think it would be more worth it to just get the $27 to play Minecraft. It might even be cheaper than that these days. When I played Minecraft 10 years ago, it was $27. But anyways, what I mentioned in episode 31 is that there's really no limit to how high you can build in that bedroom. You can go all the way up to the ceiling, and keep in mind, you're the size of a small figurine, so this room is huge. Like a tiny figurine, like a Lego man or something. And you can build all the way up to the ceiling, if you want. If only it could be like that in Minecraft, but I am not giving Roblox any points just for doing that and Minecraft not doing that. Minecraft is way better, always has been. Maybe not always, because it was once kind of crappy itself, but why we're talking about Minecraft. So, what I would do sometimes is build way up, jump down, because you don't take fall damage in Roblox, destroy the second block up, and push the rest of the tower off the first block, and then it would go falling down into somebody else's property, and I would just walk on that tower and land in somebody else's house. That's exactly what I said in episode 31. People would be pissed. Like, this one person was like, I don't care your freaking reason to be in here, get out! Or stuff like that, I don't know. But, you want to classify that as cyberbullying? Look, I know cyberbullying and in-person bullying are both equally as bad, but the only difference is that when you're online, you can always just leave. And I guess technically, sometimes in real life you can do that as well. But online, they don't see your face. I mean, maybe they do. And they can maybe hear your voice. But on Roblox, at least, I don't think they can see your face or hear your voice. All it is just text-based. So really, is it a big deal? I mean, I don't know. You can classify it as bullying if you want, but I just found it funny when I would just land in other people's property. I find it hilarious. I'm kind of a dumb douche. I'm just kidding, but nowadays, or at least when I played last time, which was been years ago, there's now a robot that will destroy your tower if it goes outside your boundaries, so that takes away any of those possibilities anymore. Alright, so now it's time to get on to the new stuff. Stuff that you haven't heard me talk about yet. I remember walking into somebody else's property. I don't know if you can do that or not. I know you can't build on their property, but you may be able to walk onto their property. I don't think you can, never mind. But, well, I don't remember how on earth this works. But basically, in one of the worlds on Roblox, there were these guys that were hacking the game and destroying everybody's crap. I remember cussing my ass off in the text section, and it's like, I had Minecraft. There's no excuse to be getting pissed off at this garbage. So, I remember some folks, I was just visiting their house, and they were like, saying, oh, you can help us build if you want, because these guys are jerks. And I was like, okay, I don't even remember if I knew how to build on their property, but that's not the point. I remember going up to a chair and like pretending I was tied to the chair and gagged, and one of the people that was saying I could build with them or whatever, they came around. I was saying that I just typed in all caps M to make it sound like I was muffled. And the other person was like, oh, now it's all better now because you're Ming. What the crap? I don't get how that's that funny, but I don't know. That could just be me. Alright, now, about playing Roblox at school. I was not being the wisest cookie in the world back in 2013 or whenever this was, when Roblox was the crave, and I would play it a lot. I would give out personal information about myself and about others. Stuff like my birthday, which was in numbers on my avatar, which I'm not going to say the name of, but I remember, like, we were all playing this one game on Roblox. I don't remember how many of us were playing, but it was a few. We were all in the computer lab, and some randos that we were talking to on there. I was saying, oh, well, we're all in the same classroom, and one other kid was like, I'm not with them. I mean, I can understand now why that might be embarrassing, but I would much rather lie and just say I'm not with them than to tell the truth and look like an idiot. I don't know if I was an idiot, but basically I was not paying attention to what I did back then. Like, I was just saying, oh, well, the guy next to me is named so-and-so, his birthday is this, he's like this tall, and he got all mad, and he's like, Kale is giving out personal information! Teacher would have been like, well, this is a once-in-a-blue-moon situation, which you're damn right. You can bet your ass it's once in a blue moon. In fact, I'd say blue moons are more common than this crap. I'm not playing Roblox ever again. I highly doubt it. And I also remember bugging people, asking them what their birthday was. For example, I remember playing some Roblox world where you're like in a neighborhood or something, and some kid who was born in 2006 said their actual date of birth, which this was years ago, so they were even younger back then than they are now. But like, I said I was born in 2000, and we were pretending to be husband and wife, and the person from 2006 was like, our age difference is too great, how does that work? And I said, oh boy, you know nothing. There was once a couple that was 30 years apart, so that's nothing. But obviously it's kind of creepy, and we weren't paying attention back then. Another example would be, I was on some OB, which is basically just a bunch of obstacle courses thrown together, so that's what an OB is. I'd be like, when's your birthday? Is it January 1st? No. January 2nd? No. January 3rd? No. Was it in January? No. Is it in February? And like, they'd be pissed off to the point of boiling. Again, not worth getting upset over. It's a freaking online simulator tool, world builder, game, whatever. And like something happened where my game started to freeze and I was like, what? And then I had to leave so it would stop unfreezing. As to this day, I still don't know what happened. I don't know if this was them messing with the game to make it like where I had to leave or something. Everybody else was like, just unfriend him, you know, he's just gonna annoy you, but whatever. Now, one of my friends would always say guests are so lazy. He'd always just say that, like, obviously, the option of playing as a guest at first is a great idea, just in case you don't want to waste your time making an account just to play some game you're not even sure you're going to play for a while. It's obviously a great option. But he would always be like, why don't guests just make a regular account? That's what he always would say. One of my other friends being like, why do you always have such negative things to say about guests? And he was like, because they can just make a regular account. Why don't they just do that? Then some other kid would be like, maybe they can't. You don't know their life. Basically, I don't know if that's how it was worded, but that's basically how it went down. Alright, so one more thing here. If you couldn't tell by now, these days in 2022, I am not too fond of Roblox. I think you could probably notice that by now, but if there's one thing I really liked about Roblox, it was that one game called Nuke the Whales. Which, by the way, I'm sure the die-hard fans will know this, but that little artwork that they showed with the Nuke and the Whales thing was ripped straight from The Simpsons. I don't know if that's copyright infringement or not, but I don't give a crap, and you probably don't either. It costs 25 Robux. Now, what the hell is that? Well, basically it's the online currency for Roblox, and you play enough games, you get fictional coins to spend to get Robux. I think you can also buy them with real money, but anybody with a brain knows better than that. But anyways, so it cost me 25 Robux, and I had to play a lot of games to get up to that point. It has kick-ass music that I spent a while trying to find. I think I finally did find it, but I still don't know the name of that song. I just know what to search to get to a video that has the song in it, so. But, basically you go around nuking whales. It's like you're trying to collect more blubber than everybody else, which looks like gold, by the way. This should be an actual game on a video game console, and I'm not talking about Roblox on the Xbox One. No, this should be an actual video game. I remember collecting all those blubber and trying to see if I could be first place in that server or that match or whatever you want to call it, I don't know. But the last time I went on Nuke the Whales, I was literally the only one on there. Maybe every now and then another person would come, but that's few and far between. I'm telling you, man, Roblox is just getting old as crap. Dinosaurs are more relevant than this software. Well, folks, that would be where I end things, but I have some news. I finally got my ass to work on Kale-Idle-Scope. I'm finally working on it. I started over a year ago. So if you count that big hiatus, then this has been the longest production of a Kale-Idle-Scope yet. I'm not spoiling anything, but it's going to have a character that I've wanted to be in there ever since I first started working on it. He's been a fan favorite of mine. He appeared in 2 of the films. I'm not going to say his name, but you'll probably recognize him once you see him. Well, folks, that was this episode. I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.